Right, I'm reading from page G112 in the geography textbook. This is the beginning of the World Agricultural Patterns chapter. The foods you eat come from many parts of the world. Now, that is a great looking breakfast, which you'll see on the next page. What did you have for breakfast today? Where did your breakfast foods come from before they ended up on store shelves or in your cupboards? How did agriculture contribute to your breakfast? Did eating breakfast make you think about geography? Geography has a lot to do with what you eat. Climates, soils, landforms, and waters are important factors in agriculture. They affect what crops grow in which regions and how the foods are transported to various parts of the world. And then there's that delicious breakfast. In this chapter, you will learn what physical conditions favor agriculture, what world physical patterns support specialized farming, what are the characteristics of three basic types of agriculture, what factors affect commercial farming, and how can I interpret agricultural patterns from thematic maps. And then on to the next page. So the word there on the left, agriculture, means growing crops and raising animals. The geography of food. Geography studies the connections between people and the earth. We all must eat, so food is a highlight in this relationship. In this chapter, you will consider the physical and human factors that support farming in different parts of the world. First, you will see how climate, soil, and natural vegetation combine to create the conditions most favorable for agriculture. Next, you will see that different cultures have developed three types of farming: subsistence, commercial, and specialized. Later in the chapter, you can play a game that shows all the environmental and economic risks that farmers face. Along the way, you will get a closer look at different regions of the world that put food on your table. The food we eat. We all need to eat, yet most of us don't grow food. Instead, we rely on a worldwide network of producers whose food comes to us through the grocery store. We can buy coffee from Kenya in Africa, bananas from Costa Rica in Central America, and orange juice from Florida at reasonable prices. At the same time, we can pick up bread made from prairie grain and eggs, milk, and butter produced in Ontario. Canadian farm prices are very low. In fact, this breakfast on page G113 would cost about $5 to $7 in most restaurants and less than a few dollars to make it home. Now, this book is about 12 or 13 years old, so the prices would have gone up since then. Also, the next chapter the next paragraph I'm going to read is about the Canadian Food Guide, which has been completely redone in the last few years as well. So this diagram we see on the left is out of date. By any standard, Canadians are well fed. The Canadian Food Guide identifies 4 food groups that make up a balanced diet: grains, fruit and vegetables, dairy products, and protein. A person your age should eat about 2,000 calories of food energy daily. Unfortunately, many Canadians do not eat a balanced diet and often partly ignore the fruit and vegetables and dairy products group. On average, we eat 125% of our daily food needs. To make matters worse, we have become less active, so we don't burn up that extra food energy. And then this section here, in my world, the supermarket. 100 years ago, Canadians could eat fresh fruits and vegetables only when they were in season. Today, we can buy them all year long. You can trace where fresh produce comes from by observing signs on grocery store displays and product boxes for messages such as product of Chile. Check the produce department of the local supermarket to see how many different places our fresh fruit and vegetables come from. Ask produce department staff if you need some help. You will probably be surprised by the diverse origins of fresh foods. And then there's some questions. We're going to not read those right now.